Clayton Kershaw may be one of the greatest pitchers ever, but his regular season success has not translated into playoff dominance. Kershaw's 2.35 regular season ERA is the fourth best career mark since 1920. But in the playoffs, Kershaw is 4-7 with a 4.55 ERA. If you look behind the numbers, Kershaw's adjusted fielding independent pitching is 3.17 in the playoffs to 2.91 in the regular season, and he actually has a higher K per 9 in the postseason. The lefty gives up nearly twice as many homers per 9 innings and is not as sharp with runners on base. So will this be the year Kershaw dominates in October, or will he add fuel to this narrative?
Oh, the old narrative. I know how you love that, Tyler Jacobs. But is there some truth to this? Does he have to pitch like the dominant Clayton Kershaw that we've seen regular season after regular season in the postseason to get maybe what you think is a fabricated monkey off of his back?
I do think it's a fabricated monkey. I do think he has to pitch to his standard that he has shown all throughout his career in the regular season. And I think Clayton Kershaw will. If you just take a look at the mass of data that he's given us in every baseball game he's played as an LA Dodger, by and large, he's been the best pitcher on planet Earth. When we isolate that small sample size of Clayton Kershaw in the postseason, there is some bad games.
Yes.
And I think that's due to a little bit of bad luck. The home run rate being double, that's a few fly balls that end up going over the yard, over the fence, instead of being caught by someone.
Bad luck.
Yes,
that's a fact.
No, of course it's a fact, but Dave, sometimes fly balls go because the wind is blowing out, because the wind is blowing in.
Maybe you give him a meatball that you don't give him in the regular season.
But when you break it down and look at the analytics, the xFIP, which is barely 0.2 of a run higher in the postseason, he has pitched a little worse.
Yes.
I'll give you that. But it's still good enough to be considered someone you can count on in the postseason. Dave, he's really
not the same guy.
Dave, he's really only had one bad postseason. He has 2009. He was terrible. After that, he's been very good. Not Kershaw-esque in the regular season good, but he's been very good. And because he hasn't lived up to that regular season standard he has set, people like you say, "Oh, he's a bum in the postseason. He can't pitch in the postseason.
I didn't say bum.
He's got to throw a no-hitter to be the Clayton Kershaw that we know and love in the postseason." That is false. There's a false narrative that is intellectually dishonest. Clayton Kershaw will break the narrative. He will pitch like Clayton Kershaw in this postseason. And if you do believe that narrative right now, shame on you.
I didn't say he was a bum. Maybe a guy just out of work. I need him to be Clayton Kershaw.
He'll be fine.